As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Well, I had to go with Nebraska. 65,000 at their spring game. Matt Rule working the crowd, bringing the history back around the program. Frank Solich obviously was there, former fullback, former head coach, played in a took the team to a national championship game as a coach. Did you see him run that fullback trap
And
on the
then go
first play of
hand
the
it to
game?
Solich. That was cool. I watched the
Yeah,
highlights today. That was cool.
that was really cool. They had maybe the biggest, most intricate t-shirt cannon ever made. Dual minigun style t-shirt cannon, shoots 114 t-shirts in 10 seconds. That was awesome. It was just cool to see Nebraska with some excitement. And I know that there's been a couple of different things that have happened over the past couple of years where they've been excited, but I don't know. This feels a little bit different. Not saying it's going to happen right away, but feels like Rule's going to get something accomplished there. Offensive line led the team out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Just has a good feeling to it at Nebraska right now.
Yeah. And they're not in the same conference as OU, right? So it's kind of rooting for him. And I love Matt Rule. So I'm rooting for that program. I'm not going to lie. I am stunned you didn't go OU baseball. We were
Yeah.
We were talking about it during the spring game broadcast. You were kind of rubbing it in Texas's face. I liked it.
Well, they beat their ass Friday night, and then what were they up on them, like 8-2 or something like that during the spring game, and they had that doubleheader going. So that was good. Yeah,
Oh,
I should have thrown that in there.
OU's first sweep of Texas since 1998 and first
Wow.
ever 3-game sweep of the Horns in Austin. And former baseball guy got a statue.
That's right. Boy, they needed it too.
Yeah.
They that came at the right time for them, and maybe that gets them hot. As they start to get towards the end of the year. They got hot last year at the right time and had end up with a good season. So yeah, I should have thrown that in there as well. Dang it!
I
Glad you brought it up.
normally I can count on you for that stuff, but
No,
maybe not anymore. All right, who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
Um, Alabama coaching staff and players. Sounds like Saban is unhappy.
Those quotes after their spring game. I watched his presser on YouTube. Dude, if
Yeah,
I
I'd
was one of
say
those quarterbacks, I'd be like, wait, should I just leave now or
they're going to crank it up at Alabama over the summer in the training camp. And yeah, I don't know. It's almost the reverse of someone saying that they're going to go into free agency. Not going to sign them, going to go into free agency. Like that's basically what he did, saying I'm looking for a transfer portal quarterback.
yeah, and I watched the highlights of their spring game. Simpson and Milrow didn't exactly light it up either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting to get the sense that Nick Saban doesn't like the fact that Kirby Smart and Georgia are the dominant program in college football. I
Yeah.
think it is I think it bothers him.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I have the coaching staff and players as the loser, because it's going to be taken out on those guys. It's going to be as uncomfortable as it already is around there. It's going to be worse. And I don't know, maybe a little bit of adversity is going to be good for him there, to dig back in a little bit. I know Saban's always a guy that's on the grind, but when someone else has it going, you've got to find a way to reinvent yourself, and let's see what they come up with.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
John Vance Auto Group has been serving Oklahomans for 40 years. Family owned and operated. They've got 9 full service dealerships in Woodward, Miami, and Guthrie. No matter what your vehicle needs are, John Vance Auto Group has you covered. Carry domestic brands such as Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Wagoneer. John Vance Auto Group's goal is to give unequaled service and to exceed customers' expectations in every way, which is why they have their lifetime loyalty program. Here's how it works. Buy a new or used vehicle from them. All you have to do is get all of the manufacturer recommended maintenance done at the Vance dealership. If something goes wrong with the components of your engine, transmission, drive, axle, or transfer unit, they will cover the repair costs. It's a great deal. You can browse their entire inventory or find the John Vance dealership near you at vanceautogroup.com.
And First Fidelity Bank is a full-service financial institution based in Oklahoma with tailored solutions for all your personal and business needs. Checking accounts, saving accounts, home loans, and much more. They do it all. Whether it's online banking from your computer or mobile banking from your phone, everything is stress-free with FFB. Making mobile deposits, paying bills online, and moving money to different accounts could not be easier. People, come on. Make your life easier and go bank with First Fidelity Bank. Visit ffb.com for more information. All right, for my winner of the weekend, thought about going with Taylor Gooch. First live tournament I paid attention to because I was seeing all the stuff on social media. That crowd there in Australia was nuts. That was cool to see. But, dude.
What was it? Koepka's brother hit the ace and everyone went insane?
Oh, did you see? Because they built the stadium around the hole. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yep.
It was cool. Amazing. But Gooch, Oklahoma's own. Let's go. He shot 1 over. I think he was 1 over on the final round, right? The third round. But he ends up winning. I think he was 19 under to win it. He the first 2 rounds he went 62-62.
Woo.
Dude was 20 under after 2 rounds. And I think he had like a 10-shot lead. It was all-time heater.
That's crazy. 62-62 is
no bogeys.
That's nuts.
Just a heater of all heaters. It was, I was watching the highlights of it and then started watching some of it live. I was like, wait, I'm watching Live Golf. Dude was on fire. It was pretty awesome.
Good for him. I'm glad he picked up the win, pick up some nice cash there. Always good to see him doing well, man. Awesome guy.
Yeah. We need to get him on the podcast.
Yes,
maybe the win. Well, let's reach out. We'll try.
Yes.
We'll try our best. Last time he was going to come on, but
things got interesting.
Yeah, he left for Live Golf. Like the night we were supposed to record with him. It was pretty, he's like, hey man, I'm so sorry. I gotta talk to my agent. I was like, huh, that's strange. Okay, but yeah, we'll get him on. And then, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But we'll work on that. But my winner of the weekend, LeBron James. Listen, man. Dillon Brooks. Why would you tempt why tempt the basketball gods to spite you? I just remember he says LeBron, he's old, said he pokes bears, said he doesn't respect LeBron because he hasn't given him 40. Dude, he's one of the best basketball players ever. Just shut up. Just keep your mouth shut. And I know that's kind of Memphis's thing. Now they went from like the most likable team to now everyone's, what is wrong with these guys? But of course, Dillon Brooks does that. And the Grizzlies go to LA and the game was over immediately. I mean, it was 35-9 at the end of the first quarter.
No, well, they wished it would have been over. Dillon Brooks wished it would have been over at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Ends up getting ejected for hitting LeBron in the nuts. And it was inadvertent and he shouldn't have gotten ejected. But once again, do not challenge the basketball gods. They will smite you. And I felt like it was just that's just how it was going to go for Dillon Brooks. He was leaving that game one way or another. He was not going to get to finish that game because of the nonsense he spouted. Like, just, dude, what are you doing, man? Come on.
It's dumb. It cost him a bunch of money.
Cost his team the game. Like, the Lakers, they don't need any more motivation.
Right.
And you just handed it to them.
Well, here's the thing. LeBron is one of, some people would argue, the best of all time. But not always a fan favorite.
No.
And whenever you basically get everyone onto LeBron's side, you've done something stupid. The other thing is, had you not spouted off, you probably wouldn't have gotten ejected for the shot to the nuts. But that's my other question is, what is with the epidemic of NBA players hitting each other in the nuts?
I don't know. Lot of nuts in these games.
It's
What, you
great.
had Harden get booted for it. Embiid went with the hiya kick when he was laying on his back. Got Brooks now.
It's
I mean,
like
just
watching a bunch of 8-year-olds on the playground.
nuts are getting battered left and right in the National Basketball Association. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. But I know this. A lot of that loss is Dillon Brooks' fault for what he said before the game. Let's not forget, they fell down in that first quarter because that dude could not hit a shot. They left him wide open, and he couldn't hit a damn shot. And, despite John Morant's best efforts, and he was awesome. What did he drop? He had 45 and 13 assists. I mean, he was awesome. But they never threatened the Lakers in that game. That thing was over quick. And you don't have to do that. Here's all that attention you got. Hope you liked it. Congrats, man. What?
Yeah, you want everyone talking about what a bad position the Lakers are in. You don't want to rally anything around them and put the pressure on your team, which is exactly what he did.
Two things that really, really bothered me. Number one, I do not understand how he got all of us to be cheering for the Lakers and for LeBron. I've never felt the need to cheer for LeBron in my life, and it's not because I'm anti-LeBron or anything. It's like I cheer for the Thunder. That's what I do. I respect the hell out of LeBron James. I've said this multiple times. I think he's the best athlete ever. He's incredible. But I've never openly cheered for him, and I was sitting on my couch going, I hope the Lakers whoop their ass, which I can guarantee you I've never done before. And then number two, if you're going to do all that, you're going to miss all those shots, you're going to get kicked out of the game. Don't bail on the reporters after the game like a coward.
Good point.
Own it. Own it, dude. When you do all of that foolishness and you play terrible and get kicked out of the game for hitting a guy in the nuts, which it is what it I didn't think it was on purpose or anything like that. But face the music, dude. Come on, man. What are we doing?
That's right.
I don't want to talk. That's all I say. I don't want to talk.
Well, the
probably
only
best
way,
for your team if you don't.
Well,
Congrats.
The only way to go out there and have it not be the story still whenever you play the next game is to go out there, own it, eat it, squash it, swallow it, whatever you want to call it, and move on.
Yeah. Now he's got nothing to say. Huh. Okay. Guess we know how he's really built. Okay. All right. All right. For my loser of the weekend, I thought about going with there was a big movement this year, right? And I understand Russell Westbrook, he's had a bit of a rough go of it, right? Since he left Oklahoma City. Bounced around, man. But there have been a lot of people that say, hey, it's looking like his career is over. Like he could be, there's people saying, hey, he may be playing in China next year, right? The guy he's balling out for the Clippers. Now they're down 2-1 to the Suns, and they're probably not going to win that series, especially this mysterious knee injury that Kawhi has now. But Russell Westbrook is not the issue. 37, 6, and 4 in that game 3. You got Durant and Chris Paul, talking after the game, defending him, saying people probably won't appreciate him until he retires. There's been a bit of a Russell Westbrook revival here in these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I love seeing it, man. He meant so much to Oklahoma City. I love seeing it.
Nope, I agree with that. Yeah, it's for whatever reason, it's been a real rocky road since frankly, since he signed the big contract in Oklahoma City. But the dude, a lot of what he's done has obviously stands on its own. Like you don't even have to say any. He's got a highlight reel that would, pretty much rival anyone that's ever played the game. So, incredible talent. We'll see what happens.
Lot of I was wrong about Russell Westbrook content on the NBA podcast I listened to this week.
That's good.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice that people are owning it. Unlike Dillon Brooks. Come on, Dillon. But my loser of the weekend, the Detroit Lions. 4 players suspended for violating the NFL's gambling policy. Quintez Cephas and CJ Moore suspended indefinitely. Gambled on NFL games. I don't know how stupid you can be. Especially after the Calvin Ridley thing. I don't know how you can be that dumb. That's incredible. It's incredible how stupid that is. But I do want to have a conversation about the Jameson Williams and Stanley Berryhill suspensions. They got suspended for 6 games. They were placing mobile bets while they were at the Lions practice facility, and they were not betting on NFL games. Right? They're betting on other stuff. And I know what the NFL policy is, right? You're not supposed to gamble when you're at the facility, when you're traveling with the team. I understand that. But you and I both know how much gambling goes on. Maybe not in an official capacity, how much gambling goes on in NFL locker rooms and on those team flights. Which I saw this and I was like, why is this a big deal? What am I missing? Why can't they gamble on college basketball or whatever while they're at the team facility? Because I think, didn't the Lions, they had to fire a bunch of staffers because they were gambling, mobile betting from the facility, because that's legal in Michigan. I don't understand why it matters. Like, they can drive 2 miles away and send their mobile bets in, but they can't do it while they're at the facility. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it for that reason, that the reasons that you just put out there. You could do it as long as you're not at the facility, and you can. In that very facility, I watched Dre Bly lose $20,000 playing rock paper scissors. So, like, what's worse? I mean, come on. That's dumb. My other part of it is, and I know the guys probably sign on to this, but why are you looking at my mobile data? Right?
Yeah.
Why are you sifting through whatever? I don't know. That's the part of it to me that's odd.
Betting on NFL games, can't do it. Just absolute zero tolerance.
And
I totally get that.
Right? We all know why. We don't want guys throwing football games.
No, but with how much the National Football League pushes gambling, right? It's part of broadcast now. There's official gambling sponsors, right? They're pushing the mobile bet stuff. What I do not understand being this rigid about your players doing what everyone else is doing. Like, as long as they're not betting on NFL games, who cares?
I guess it's appearances, but I'm with you.
No one's going to know if they're mobile betting NBA games. Right? Maybe there's a policy like, hey, don't tweet your betting slips if you win or something like that. But I don't know. It feels hypocritical to me. It's how it feels.
Yeah.
And how about this? So I did a little digging. Jameson Williams, right? First round pick. I think everyone in Detroit was very, very excited to see what he could do in year 2, right? Because remember, he had the knee injury. He will lose at least $382,906 in salary with that suspension, as well as $6.877 million in guaranteed salary, $5.37 million of which was set to come in 2024 and 2025.
Oh my God.
Now, we'll see. That's just, I read that in several articles. And I was like, am I reading this correctly? And I read it the same way in 3 different articles. I was like, okay, It's what they say. Now, maybe I think them violating this, like it voids some of the guarantees in his contract, which the guarantees in your contract, that's the whole cool thing about being a first rounder is you get all this guaranteed money and it's a lot of money. Now maybe it's not that extreme, but dude, that's what I read in multiple articles. So now I want to know, what did Jameson Williams bet on? What was the bet and how much was it? All right, because remember, Calvin Ridley, that's the worst bet of all time. The parlay that cost him all that money. This one's going right up there, man. Like, that's so much money.
I don't know. I think I might quit if I was Jameson Williams. I think I just may say, if you guys are not going to, because Detroit they could still pay him that, right? But I think I would quit. I'll call you guys after the 2025 season.
Jason Fitzgerald of overthecap.com. Here's the quote. He'll forfeit $382,906 in salary and can be subject to bonus forfeitures of $862,179 if the Lions have the ability to recover any bonus money due to this suspension. Williams will also have his remaining salary guarantees void. Those total $6,877,308, of which $5,378,590 are attributed to the 2024 and 2025 season, when his status could be more in danger with the team. Dude.
Brutal.
At least we had, I mean, it was a little cold this weekend. At least that didn't happen.
My God.
You all right, man?
I almost passed out whenever you told me that, because he bet on.
Didn't even bet on an NFL game.
Right. Who knows what at the facility? Maybe bet on like a tennis match in Europe or who knows?
What if he bet on Taylor Gooch to win the Live Golf Adelaide event?
It's only a good deal if he bet $6.87 million on it.
Oh my gosh.
Whoo.
This is where I fall on that. If all of that ends up being the case, the punishment does not fit the crime. Almost $7 million.
Because it's not a crime, right?
Everyone else can do it. And in fact, you're encouraging all of your fans that consume your product to do it.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be a group of people, maybe a huge group of people, maybe everyone is going to say, well, he knew the rules before he placed the bet. Yeah, that's true. But I'm sorry, I can't get on board with that, which is sometimes why I'm not a fan of the NFLPA, right? The NFLPA, they pick their battles, right? And sometimes they just allow some stuff that is egregious to go on for more money, which ends up only going to like two guys on the team anyways, right? It goes to your quarterback and maybe one other player, but that's bad.
I feel like that like ruined your day. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I don't like when people get screwed out of money, and I kind of feel like he's getting screwed out of money here. Now, they could still pay it. Like it voids the guaranteed stuff, but I feel like that's going to be ultimately up to the club, right?
Yeah, and 6 games is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. I know.
I feel bad for Dan Campbell, right? You know, like, because he's pouring his heart and soul into that thing, and they really, it looked like, found some momentum and started playing some good football. So I hate that for him.